Today I'm going to be unboxing my most recent barefoot shoe purchase, and that is the VIVOBAREFOOT Primus Lite III. I'm going to be doing an initial first look of them, sharing with you why I bought them, and of course, as always, as a minimalist, what they're replacing. Hi and welcome back to Red Curl Vegan. Thanks for joining me in today's video. If you're new here, my name is Meg. If you've already visited my channel, then you'll know that I'm a big fan of barefoot shoes, and that's a journey I've embarked on recently that I've really been enjoying sharing with you. Today I'm going to be showing you my new Primus Lite IIIs. Well, they're not new, they're actually second hand. So these are from the Revivo website. I've mentioned them a lot in my previous videos. In fact, all of my shoes apart from my first pair have all been from the Revivo website, so they're all second hand. I'm going to be going over them aesthetically, if that makes sense, and showing you what I really like about them and of course the benefits of them, and as always what I'm replacing them with. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so the Primus Lite IIIs, these are in grey, and like I say, they are from the Revivo website, so these are second hand and they've been refurbished, and here they are. Let's get them out of the box. This is what they look like. So they're super sleek. I think they're really cool. I think they look really good, and I'm really happy with them. So these are vegan, these are recycled, and they are also breathable. They're not waterproof, but they're super lightweight, and I'm really looking forward to getting outdoors and wearing them properly. So they have these kind of speckled bits of plastic in the soles, which I hope you can see on camera, which I think is really funky. It's kind of a signature thing of VIVOBAREFOOT, and it really shows how they're recycling their materials. They also have a recycled insole, which is even more funky. So yeah, in terms of look, they're very similar to my first ever pair, which was a black pair of Primus Trail FGs. These are equally as lightweight, they're equally as comfortable, and I'm not gonna lie, when I put these on, it literally felt like I was walking on clouds. And I kind of feel like I say this in every video, but it's the truth. They are ridiculously comfortable, and I may even say that they're possibly more comfortable than my Primus Trail FGs, although I'm not entirely sure, as I haven't worn them outdoors yet. But I'm really liking this kind of suede effect, like soft rubber ankle sleeve that they've got going on here, which is really convenient because they just slip on really easily. They're super comfortable. I've worn them around the house with and without socks, and they are, like I say, just like walking on clouds. So these were a grade excellent. So they've got brand new soles, I think. I mean, all of my Revivo shoes have had brand new soles, although these look a little bit discoloured, but in terms of the condition of them, they look brand new. So I'm really happy with the quality. Obviously, as always, I saved quite a bit of money from buying them on Revivo, which I've said to you before. If you're struggling to find not only vegan options, because they don't have a very wide range of vegan barefoot shoes on their main VIVOBAREFOOT website, but also just in terms of different styles, Revivo has really been a game changer for me and has really helped me to find better replacements that I was getting a little bit worried about. I wasn't going to be able to find suitable exchanges, if that makes sense, for my conventional shoes, but Revivo has been really brilliant. So the shoes that I'm replacing these with are just here. And whilst this is an unboxing about these, I do also want to show you the shoes that I'm replacing them with. I'm always trying to do this in my videos recently because I think it's important, if you're new to barefoot shoes or you're interested in them, to be able to see, you know, on camera a close-up of the differences, if that makes sense. So this is what they are replacing, which is a bog standard kind of fashion-looking pump. They've got that flat form style, which ironically is what I originally purchased them for. I wanted them to be higher off the ground, and now look at me with a pair of barefoot, or multiple pairs of barefoot shoes that are completely close to the ground. So it just goes to show how things can change. But these are inevitably stupidly rigid, and the most notable thing I would say is the toe box, which is really quite shocking. So if you look at the toe box on the barefoot shoe, you can see that it's very flat on the big toe side, and then there's lots of room here on the toes, especially rounded around the little toe. There's lots of room for them to spread, which is the natural shape of our toes, whereas these are ridiculously pointy, and these are particularly pointy compared to most of the conventional shoes that I own, to be honest. So this is quite a good comparison to be made. And also the width of the shoe here is very narrow as well. So you can see the difference. They're also much higher off the ground, whilst effectively I guess you could call these zero drop because there's no difference between the back and the front. There's going to be no sensory feedback in these shoes whatsoever. Your toes are all squished in at the front. Our toes are not naturally that shaped like a bird's beak. I mean, it's just completely not natural. There's not going to be any work really from the muscles in your feet or your toes. I say this in all of my barefoot videos because it's just so true. The sensory feedback, the messages from the soles of our feet to our brain aren't allowed to happen in shoes like this, and our feet become lazy. You know, shoes like this cause bunions and all sorts of problems, and also balance. Having your foot close to the ground like this really helps with our balance, and you know, it tells our body how to move in the natural way. So yeah, those are the shoes that I'm replacing these with, whilst I realise that the style of them is not the same at all. You know, these are clearly a sporty kind of trainer, whereas these look like a more fashionable pump that are completely inconvenient, if I'm honest, looking back at them now. The other pair that they're also replacing is this lovely bright white pair of pumps as well. Not as high in sole, but also a flat form high sole. And yeah, just also not as narrow, but again, not a natural toe box. The other thing with these, I've kind of been thinking that they're a little bit high maintenance for me now. My style has changed a lot in the past couple of months, particularly as I've been veering towards entirely barefoot shoes. In terms of practicality, I remember when I wore these, I've only worn them a couple of times. I mean, they're immaculate, and I will be selling them as well as these as well. I've cleaned them up, ready to sell them. Nothing will be going to waste. I found that I would wear these and I would kind of be walking on tiptoes to avoid getting them dirty, and I just thought, it's just too much worry, too much high maintenance, and of course they're not good for my feet. So whilst these don't look really anything like those two in terms of a direct replacement, in terms of look, I'm really happy with them. They are super lightweight, and also the infamous barefoot shoe roll that I always like to show in my videos is just phenomenal. So yeah, they are ridiculously comfortable, and I'm super happy with them. They go with everything in my minimalist wardrobe. Another pair of shoes that I just wanted to bring back onto camera are a pair that I kept back from my decluttering video that I did recently, where I got rid of 17 pairs of shoes. Now these were on their way in the post, and I knew that I would want to compare them to conventional shoes on camera for you, so I kept these back, but these are going to charity, so they were in that previous video that I did. And I interestingly tried these on the other day in comparison to these with one on the other foot, if that makes sense. And the first thing that I noticed, because I haven't worn these since I started on my barefoot shoe journey, which was I think just over 3 months ago now, was the heel, so the thickness in the heel. And I felt like I was literally falling forward, and that was really strange to me because I have gotten very used to barefoot shoes, and I think I've only gone back to wearing conventional shoes in the last couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 times, and that's purely been because I haven't found a replacement yet, and they all feel completely unnatural. They all feel abnormal, so to speak. Your feet feel really scrunched in, and they don't feel like there is the same amount of freedom of movement, or any freedom of movement. But yeah, I held these back. These are quite well worn, but really just to show that kind of conventional mainstream heel that sometimes you get on fashion trainers in particular. These are just, again, Primark rubbish, so they're not good quality, they're not ethically made. I've said this in my previous videos. These two, well, these are from Primark as well, and these are from New Look. So yeah, I know that they're not very sustainable, and that kind of takes me back to these being recycled. I'm really happy that I'm buying, all apart from my first pair, second-hand Revivos as well, or second-hand Vivo barefoot shoes, because it's preventing a lot of shoes from going into landfill and going to waste. So that's another thing, that's another beneficial thing about these as well. But yeah, I wanted to bring these back out from that decluttering video. I got rid of everything else, I donated or sold it all, but just to show that difference, how they're not zero drop. And it's really quite interesting putting your feet back into these. I've worn these for several years. I've been in conventional shoes for 30 plus years, and it is quite astonishing how once you embark on the barefoot shoe journey, you genuinely don't want to go back to conventional shoes, which I was really quite amazed by. You know, I watched and read about that in videos and blogs and things, and I thought, no, surely not. I mean, how would we have survived all this time? But you know, there is a noticeable difference in how more natural and healthier it feels to be wearing these. So yeah, I will do an updated video after I've worn them for a couple of months. As always, I'll let you know what it's like wearing them outdoors. And I hope that you found this video useful. Please let me know in the comments section down below if there's anything else that you'd like to know. And of course, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Your support means the world to me, and it enables me to keep growing and developing my channel for you. Make sure to share this video as well if you think it might be helpful for somebody else, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads from myself. In the meantime, take care and stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!